100 Thieves just lost a playoff elimination match because of a bug. So should Riot have replayed the map? 100 Thieves lead 11-8 on the decider map Pearl. G2 is up 5 players to 4 as 100 Thieves gets the plant down on A. Asuna then gets a pickoff on Leaf, evening up the round. But before he got domed, Leaf used his Vice ult. Just as the ult goes off, Valen rounds the corner right into EU's crosshair. But EU just stands there disarmed, and Valen gets a free elimination. So is EU dumb? Does he not know how Vice ult works? If we go back, we can see there's no indicator that EU's going to be disarmed. And before you run to the comments to tell me it's just on the spectator side, you're wrong. Right when Leaf uses the ult, EU is jiggling, and we see the indicator on his screen. He then stops jiggling and stays in the corner, thinking he's outside the ult. We also see a replay of his POV after the round, and again, no indicator. But to force the round to be replayed, the bug needs to have potentially changed the outcome of the round. G2 were in a 4-on-4 retake on A just before the bug happened. So we go from a 4-on-3 for 100 Thieves to a 4-on-3 for G2. It also gave Valen his Astra ult, which he immediately uses. Plus it forces 100 Thieves to push Valen, getting him another elimination before going down. This puts 100 Thieves into a 2v3 with the rest of G2 already pushing backside to A. Meanwhile, Boostio plays in a smoke that disappears and he goes down 1v3. But at the very least, worst case scenario, 100 Thieves has a 3v3 if the bug doesn't happen. Plus they have EU's C's, plus they have Asuna's stun that he had to use on Valen. This bug could have absolutely impacted the outcome of the round. But what about the map? If 100 Thieves had won that round, the score would have been 12-8, putting them on map and series point. This round was also right in the middle of a momentum swing where G2 won 6 of the last 7 rounds just to force overtime. If 100 Thieves had won this round, they probably win the series. Leaf from G2 tweeted after the game, talking about how KJ ult has some of the same problems, and that understanding these nuances is part of knowing the game. And I gotta say, for once, I completely disagree with Leaf. Just like the Killjoy turret incident with Xset at Champions 2022, this was a bug that was completely outside of the player's control. Despite being something that a player could have knowledge about, Riot set a precedent that if there is clear evidence that a bug impacted the outcome of a round, that round should be replayed. Not only that, Riot fixed this bug in a patch 2 days later. The round should have been replayed.